What's going on, collectors? It's Johnny here from Seraphim's Nightfall. Today we're going to be going through a list of every single Batman figure that has been released or has been announced that they will be making from Prime 1 Studios. Now, before we jump into this, I want to say that I have actually had to make a list. This is a long list there of all of the stuff that I could find so far that I'm aware of. There may be stuff that I have missed. But let's jump right into this. Now, funnily enough, the main three that have already been released, I actually have posters for behind me. So I've got Arkham Origins here, I've got Arkham Knight here, and I've got Batman v Superman here. Now, so let's start with Arkham Origins. With Arkham Origins, we had a Batman. The exclusive came with holding a Deathstroke mask. It was pretty cool. Sold out now, long sold out. We've had Batman Noel, who was a reskin that you could download for the game. And we have an upcoming cryo suit. Now, this is the big sort of armored suit that he wears when he fights Mr. Freeze. Now, we've seen unpainted prototype of him. I'll see if I can find a picture and put it up for you. But no doubt we'll probably see a painted version of him at San Diego Comic-Con this year. Now, so moving on to Arkham Knight, which is this one. Now, there's Harley Quinn. Everybody that I know of that's got their Harley Quinn so far has absolutely loved it. But we're not going to talk about Harley here. Now, let's talk about Batman. So what have we got here? We've got the Batman. Arkham Knight Batman. Very nice. Then we had the Prestige Edition, which was basically the same one, just with a gold Bat logo. And if you watched my video the other day about the gold Prime 1 Studios, again, it doesn't really fly for me. Then we had Flashpoint Batman. I really, really like Flashpoint Batman. I stupidly like Flashpoint Batman. If I had the money, I would well and truly have bit the bullet and bought him straight away. And then we got Batman Beyond. Now, Batman Beyond, everybody loved Batman Beyond. So much so that they did release a full gold version of him. Again, not my cup of tea. So, moving on from those two video games, what have we got? We've got Batman versus Superman. Now, people have been getting their half-scale Batmans for a while now. Some people have got theirs quite a while back. And there's also a half-scaled armoured Batman. Again, they're both very museum pieces. Very, very nice pieces, but they take up a lot of space. So if you want something smaller, good news, because there's a whole ton of other stuff coming out soon. So let's go Justice League. In the Justice League, we know at least we have a 1/3 scale Batman. And we know that at least it's going to have a unmasked Ben Affleck portrait. We've had teasers from it in the Prime 1 Collectors group. Looks really, really nice. We've had Suicide Squad. We've already had a 1/3 scale Ben Affleck Batman that has been put out by Prime 1 Studios up for pre-order recently. He looks really nice. He's exactly the same as he was in Batman v Superman. He even comes with the branding bat on his hand, in his knuckles as a swap out hand, so that if you didn't want the Suicide Squad rebreather mask that he comes with as an exclusive piece, you still have the option of showcasing him as a Batman v Superman one with the brand. Very nice. Don't think you're going to get much more from the Suicide Squad version of that, because literally Batman was in it for seconds, right? So then we've got Frank Miller's Dark Knight Returns. This statue, I love it. It's a really nice, gritty looking. I believe it's in 1/3 scale, but they have literally just recently, I think it was last week, announced that one of the San Diego Comic-Con exclusives was going to be a bust of the Dark Knight Returns in the classic blue colouring for the suit. It's created a bit of negativity within fans, because most people would have preferred a full blue version of him to start with, as opposed to the black colourway they got. But beggars can't be choosers. That's what you got. From the sounds of it, you can swap that bust onto the Dark Knight Returns, have the blue cape and cowl onto there. So you still have options. Now we have what's been teased for a little while, the Christopher Nolan trilogy Batman. Now, we know that they've got the license for a half-scale Christian Bale from The Dark Knight, because we have a half-scale Heath Ledger Joker coming very soon. We also know they've got a 1/3 scale Bane coming from The Dark Knight Rises. And we also know there's going to be a 1/3 scale Batman to go alongside him. So you can have either a half scale or a third scale, depending on which one you want to collect from that line. On top of that, we also have from the comic books the Nightfall storyline. Now they've already teased the Azrael Nightfall Batman armor in like a 3D render in the collectors group. If I can find it, I'll put it up for you to see. Looks amazing. Probably going to be a way off getting that, but it definitely looks like it's going to be a cool piece if you're a fan of the Nightfall storyline. Then we have the New 52. Now, a New 52 line is sort of in partnership with Sideshow. It's quarter scale. This is like the only one that I could find from Prime 1 Studios that is a quarter scale Batman. Now, they've already teased him in the group. More than likely, we'll see him at San Diego Comic-Con this year as well. So on top of that, we have the Jim Lee Hush line. Now, I'm not familiar with the Hush storyline. It's not one I've personally read, but it's getting absolutely mega praises. It's an amazing storyline from what I hear, and people are really excited to see this. I don't think we've had Batman teased, but we know we will be getting him, obviously, because you can't really have all the other characters from the Hush lineup without a Batman. So, Lee Bermejo, this is an artist series that they've got coming out. Now, I'm not familiar with him. Like I say, even though I have these Batman posters back here, I'm not the biggest Batman fan. I've read some of the New 52 stuff, but I haven't really read a great deal. I've read The Killing Joke and stuff. So I'm not the biggest Batman fan in the world, but I wanted to make the video to show just how much Batman Prime 1 are making. So, you guys might be familiar with him. I may be saying his name wrong. I apologize if I am. I'll try and show some artwork for you to see. We're more than likely going to be getting a Batman from him. And maybe a couple of other characters. Some people want a Lee Bermejo Joker as well. That will be cool to see. But we have more stuff. We apparently have had teasers. I've not seen this personally, but apparently we had teasers for a Michael Keaton Batman. From the way back Batman Returns, like Tim Burton films. That would be really cool, because I really like those films. Like, I know I'm a bit young maybe for them. They're not really my Batman films. Like the Nolan trilogy are more my Batman films, but I really like the Keaton films. And a 1/3 scale Michael Keaton Batman would just be awesome, right? Who wouldn't want that? I think they would be really cool. So these are the last two that I've got here. I've not seen any concept art for these, but I do know they have the license for them, and I would assume statues will be coming out for them at some point soon. Number one is Injustice 2. Injustice 2 is a video game, a beat-em-up video game, made by the same people who make Mortal Kombat. They've got a Batman. They've got the Prime 1 have the license for that, and we're no doubt going to get a Batman from that. Now, I would imagine this is going to be just your standard Batman, how we've shown in like the story mode. Because Injustice 2 does come with a lot of swap out pieces. Like, you get gear and you can build the character up to create something completely different to how he looks when you first get him. So I think it's going to be 1/3 scale again. I think that we'll probably start to see something like that relatively soon, because Injustice has just dropped sort of like a month or so ago. People are responding very well to it. So I think we are going to be seeing a Batman from that relatively soon. And the final one I've got here is the Rebirth. Now, that is the current comic book line that we have going on at the moment from DC Comics. Now, I'm not too familiar with Rebirth, but I would assume, obviously, with that being the case, that the Batman that we've got in Rebirth looks different to the Batman from New 52. So that is all of the Batmans that I've been able to find. There's probably more. There's probably more that's been announced that I've missed. If that is the case, let me know in the comments down below if I've missed anything. But more importantly, let me know what you think about just how many Batmans this is. This is a 10-minute long video, and all I've done is just say, we've got this Batman, this Batman, this Batman. There's a lot there. Like, there's 3 or 4 just from those first 2 video games. I mean, let's see. What have we got? We got Batman, Noel Batman, Cryo Batman, Arkham Knight Batman, Prestige Batman, Flashpoint Batman, Beyond Batman, Gold Batman, half-scale Bat, half-scale Armoured Bat, Justice League. So where are we at? That's 11. Justice League, Suicide Squad, Dark Knight Returns bust. We have actually got, I'm sorry I missed one out here, there's actually been busts for Arkham Knight, so that's 15. Okay, we know we've got a half-scale Christopher Nolan coming out. There's a 1/3 scale Christopher Nolan, Christian Bale Batman coming out soon. 1/3 scale Azrael from Nightfall. More than likely going to be a 1/3 scale Batman from the Nightfall storyline as well. Jim Lee's Hush, Lee Bermejo, New 52, Michael Keaton, Injustice 2, and Rebirth. There's 25 possible Batman statues, all from Prime 1 Studios, that you can choose from. There's got to be something for someone. There's a Batman for everybody there, right? So let me know what you guys have to say. Is it too much Batman? I think it might be. But hey, if people are buying them, maybe they're not fans of this line, or they like this line instead. So you don't like Injustice 2, but you want Arkham Knight. You don't like Batman vs Superman, but you like the Christopher Nolan stuff. There's a Batman for everybody there. So, like I said, let me know what you have to say in the comments down below. Be sure to subscribe to the channel for more news and reviews and discussions just like this one. Be sure to subscribe, and we'll see you again next time.